if I said I was gonna offer you $100 for every double bogey that you make in one round? Would you take that deal? But the caveat is, if you make anything other than a double bogey, you owe me $300 each time. So $100 for a double bogey, $300 for everything else that is not a double bogey. Would you take that deal? Well, I hope you would, because that's a very easy deal. But a lot of people would probably think that's super easy. This is how I would do it. They would walk up to the first tee, think, I got plenty of chances now to make a double bogey, and then just bomb away. And that is why I would be up a whole bunch of money if I offered you that deal. Let me explain. That's bad. Now, if you're an already golfer that has breaking 90 pretty consistently, you're probably pretty familiar with double bogeys. Now, this is a situation where most people that are not consistently breaking 90 are gonna put themselves in with that bet. Now, this is my third shot. So now I have growing pressure in my mind that, okay, I got 3 more shots left. That doesn't seem that hard, 140 yards out. Let's see. Oh, a little long. Uh-oh, man, this rough is thick. So now I'm on my 4th shot, my par shot. I got 2 more shots to get that double bogey. Otherwise, I owe me $300 in that scenario. But I'm short side. It's very difficult. So let's see what we can do. Uh-oh, now we're all the way down there. Now what do we gotta do? Now we got a 2-putt from way down there to make a double bogey. Okay, now I gotta make this putt for the double bogey. And this is like a 6-foot putt, so it's not a gimme. Maybe this is like a 7-foot putt. This is not a gimme. Uphill with a little break to it. And I missed it, and now I'm out $300. Now let's talk about why that happens to players and why that would happen to you taking this bet, and how learning how to make a double bogey could actually teach you how to break 90. Now, making a double bogey is actually pretty hard to do if you were trying to do it intentionally. Now let's show you the smart way to make an intentional double bogey. That's my 3rd shot. This is a par 3, by the way, so it's a little bit different, but you get the point. That's my 4th shot. Now this is the double bogey. The idea of making a double bogey intentionally actually requires a tiny bit of skill and paying attention. Now, if you saw what I did differently off the tee shots, whereas most people making double bogeys are probably making the errors, are choosing something that is overly aggressive versus something that I am super confident with. So from here, we can think about, okay, what do I want to do? I want to at least get on for a par putt every single time. I don't need anything less than that. So I don't need to be very aggressive and go for the green. So say I am not confident with this 150 shot. Say I don't really have the consistency, especially with this rough. Okay, that's fine. What can you do? Chip it right to the front. I would choose my reliable club. Maybe that's a wedge, maybe that's a pitching wedge, maybe that's a 9-iron, whatever it is. Doesn't matter if it doesn't get there. I'm trying to keep it safe. So let me show you 2 different examples. That shot went into the bunker. This shot I'm gonna just drop right here. We have this shot here, where I just dropped, and then we have the other shot that is in the bunker. Which one is more likely to have a max? The bunker, right? If the bunker is wet, or if it's playing a little too fluffy, or whatever it is, the conditions you don't really know, you have a flub shot in the bunker. Well, now, instead of getting on for a par chance, you're getting on for a bogey chance. So now if you accidentally scull it over the green, or if you do something from your 2nd shot out of the bunker, well, now you're putting a lot more pressure on yourself. Whereas from here, if we lay up even on par 4s, I can get on for a par chance pretty easily. I could putt this from here and still get on for a par chance. And that's the secret to helping you break 90 for the first time. So from here, even though it's a pretty straightforward bunker shot, how many times have you had a bad bunker shot? Maybe you win something like this because you get a little too nervous over bunkers and you go. For some reason, your mind told you full swing for a 20-foot shot. You hit it over a bunker. How many times have you done that before? I know you have. We all have. But you don't need to. But sometimes when you're in your hazard, you get a little bit more scared than you need to. So with this shot, it is pretty much impossible for me to not intentionally make a double bogey. But the part about breaking 90 is now we even have a chance for par. So now we have a par putt when we laid up versus the person that went for it, hit it into the bunker, and then had another bad shot out. So now, all I have to do is 2-putt from 4 feet away and make that double bogey. But how many times could you make this putt intentionally? Who knows? Maybe it's 50-50 for you, maybe it's not. I mean, I guess it goes in or it doesn't go in. But the point is, learning how to make a double bogey is going to teach you the mistakes that you are making in your game that is actually causing you more stress and tension to make those double bogeys. So let's go on. Now, in the mind of maybe the average golfer, you're stepping up, especially to a par 5, thinking, if I have to make a double bogey, it's pretty easy to do. And you're pulling out your driver. But if you hit your driver out of bounds, I know we're all not playing 3 off the tee. Most people playing house rules. Now you got 2 shots. So now I have to make a bogey to make that double bogey. Okay, how confident are you being able to make a bogey on command? Ask yourself that. Cart path. So by learning how to make a stress-free double bogey, you are going to learn how to make pars and bogeys and eliminate double bogeys. Oh, this rough is so thick. Now on this par 5, you are on your 3rd shot, casually getting up to here with 85 yards left because you haven't been any aggressive. Versus the other guy that has been trying to get on maybe for an eagle or is focusing on, I have to make this shot now to get a birdie chance. We have 2 different mindsets, 2 different approaches, and one is likely to score better more consistently over 18 holes. So even from here, to make that double bogey, I don't need to get on, but I can. It's 85 yards. I can make that shot, but I don't have to. So say it's an island green or something. If I hit a bad shot, it's gonna go in the water, right? So I would be worried about that. We want stress-free. So I would just lay up again. I know most people, especially men, hate laying up because it hurts your ego for whatever reason. But if I told you you're gonna break 90 by laying up every single time, would you take it? Yeah, I hope you would. So now we have a stress-free look right at the pin, away from the hazard, and we're good to go. Now let me ask you, which angle is easier? This one, where the bunker does not come into play, or the one where the bunker comes into play from the rough? This one. You never need a birdie chance to break 90. That plane going through the clouds. Okay, well, it disappeared. Oh, there it is. It's like an apocalyptic movie. Anyway, you never need a birdie chance to break 90. Par chances, yeah. And you will get those if you learn how to make a stress-free, hazard-free double bogey. Because then you're going to, wow, that was really bad. I was thinking about what I'm gonna say versus actually hitting. So let's say you have mastered learning how to make a double bogey. Great. Now, you should know how to make a double bogey unintentionally and how to avoid it. And you should know bogeys are going to come when you're trying to make double bogeys, just like birdies will come when you're trying to make pars, and pars will come when you're trying to make bogeys. Now, what are the rules that you want to take into learning how to do that? Well, one, only choose your most reliable club. I don't care how far that club goes. As long as that club goes that way, you're good. And as long as it's in the air a little bit, you're good. You don't ever need to get a green in regulation, and you don't ever really need a birdie. You don't ever need a birdie. You barely even need, you need one par most of the time to break 90. So what does that mean? Well, that means if I have a club in my hand, or if I have a shot that I'm not confident with, where do I land the ball? Where does my most confident club go to? So say I have 150 to the pin for whatever I'm not confident with that distance, great. But I'm confident with my 140 club. Does that mean I try to swing harder? No. That means where does my 140 club go to on this hole? Well, that goes into the front of the green. Okay, great. Is there any hazard on the front in the layup spot there that I could get into? Well, I could get into the bunker. So I don't want to aim at the bunker. I'd want to aim at a simple layup spot to the left. Okay, I went in the bunker, accidentally. Nice, simple on, just to show you that I can do it. While doing this, learning how to make bogeys and double bogeys, it's good to remind yourself that, hey, the first shot off the tee is free. So it doesn't matter if you hit it 100 yards, doesn't matter if you hit it 200 yards. It's a free shot, and then from there, you are playing the hole. So if it's a par 5, I get one free shot off the tee. Say I hit it 200 yards, I have a 350-yard par 5. If you saw that on your tee card, you would think that's a mistake. You'd be like, that's so easy, I'm gonna make an easy birdie. Well, not really, but you should look at things that way. That's the golf sidekick way of talking about adding +1 onto every single shot. But just imagine, tell yourself mentally that this was a free shot. If I hit it into a hazard from here, all right, I have a par 3 from here. If you told me I have a par 3 from here, I would think that's the easiest hole on the planet. It doesn't matter if I'm starting from a bunker or not, because all you have to do is get the ball out and you're like, okay, well, I can still make a par. Versus if I'm back there, if you're telling yourself, I gotta make a par, I gotta land it on, and then 2-putt, it's a lot more pressure to yourself. And we want stress-free golf. Just like that. Now within that, it's important to remember with the free shot, that's only if you don't hit it out of bounds or into a place where I have to take one extra shot to get it out. So it's important to remember that, hey, if I have one free shot, let me try to put this in the fairway as simply as possible. Because then it's much easier from the fairway than it is the rough or behind some trees. So even if you're hitting a 9-iron down there, it's only 391 yards from here. So you can hit your 9-iron, say your 9-iron goes 130, 120, I don't know what your 9-iron goes. But if it goes 120, you can still 3 shots, 3 9-irons, and you're down there on it pretty much for a par. And you're happy. You're playing great golf. But you don't allow yourself this stress-free golf because you want to, I don't know, be a hero, let your ego win the decision-making rules. I don't know. Anyway, learn how to make a double bogey stress-free, and you will be making pars in no time.